Good morning everyone, today is another pre-maintenance checklist video, which means we're going over all the different campaigns which are ending with this coming maintenance. Now the very first thing I need to go over is there will not be a maintenance, servers will not go down. However, that does not mean that campaigns will not be ending, they're still going to end at their designated times. So the very first thing I need to remind everyone is, of course, your mission pass. Please receive all your items over here. As you can see, well, bam, we can receive all 40 tiers of items. There's a lot of stuff that you can get over here. So please make sure that you progress as far as you can on the mission pass so that you can receive all of these items. Now, if for whatever reason you forget to receive the items, do not worry. You can always click on the previous season when season 46 comes out, and it'll actually bring you back to season 45, and that way you can still receive the items. However, you won't be able to progress through the mission pass anymore. So if you're not at tier 40 yet, try your best to progress through it, and if you really want to, you can purchase tiers and spend star gems. I do not recommend it. However, let's say you are a free-to-play player and you haven't hit tier 24 yet, it might be worth spending a little bit of star gems because this is the only way free-to-play players can get their personal shop use 3 days. Alright, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about are, of course, the AC scratches. There's quite a few AC scratches going away. The first one is the Rewind Collection, July 2025. A lot of high value items over here. Make sure to take a look. Keep in mind these are all rerun items, but still worth taking a look. Now, another AC scratch that is also going away is the Quaint Ensemble 2025. Also a lot of high value items over here. Now, do keep in mind these are all new items. They are not rerun items. So again, you might want to take a look as a lot of the items in this scratch are going to go up in price significantly after this goes away. Now, while this campaign is not going away, I do need to remind everyone to just log in to do your dailies every single day, because this is how you receive your reward box medals. The reward box medal doesn't go away for quite some time. Actually, you've got until July 16th, but you do want to get all of your reward box tokens in order to guarantee the Big Bang Scratch Ticket Gold, because again, there's a lot of high value items in this, so you really want to make sure that you obtain these. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the Ultra Realm. If you're really burnt out or you simply just aren't having a lot of luck in the Ultra Realm right now and you're farming and you're like, man, I'm getting so little items and I don't want to pop my 100% RDR boost, so forth and so on, you can always wait till next week, because there is a big campaign coming out next week where everyone's going to get 100% RDR for free, and then you can pop your 100% RDR booster on top of that, thus giving everyone a minimum of 200% RDR boost, which is definitely going to make it a lot easier to get all of your augments over here, and of course will increase the chances of more of these Juvlog weapons from dropping when you are farming the Ultra Realm. There's also a fix a drop rate boost for my premium members out there, where the fix a drop rate is increased by 50% as well. But with all of that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the ARKS Records. This week's ARKS Records is the South Alio Dash Solo. Just make sure that you participate so that you get your 20 ARKS Record badges. Now, the reason why you want your ARKS Record badges is simply because of all the weapon camos over here, but if you don't care about that, just pick up the star gems. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is the Aegis Integra exchange. This doesn't matter as much anymore, but if you're still doing Dark Falls, you do get a bunch of Neo A weapons, which you can turn into Aegis Integras, and thus you can exchange it for Aegis Soul 4s, as well as all of your different Dominas, which is used to craft your Halphinale. Now, in order to craft your Halphinales, we simply head over to the item lab, exchange enhancement materials, augment capsules, and we're simply just going to type Halphinales over here, and wabam. As you can see, we can craft 6 of them. Now, the reason why I say it doesn't really matter as much is because Halphinales do drop fairly often in the Ultra Realm. So by doing this weekly exchange, it's just a small little extra boost in order to get even more Halphinales, which you can use to get more Lux Halphinales or Magis Halphinales. However, remember, Lux Halphinales also drop in the Ultra Realm. So, you don't really need these. I can make 48 of these Lux Halphinales. Magis Halphinales, on the other hand, do not drop in the Ultra Realm, so the value of these might be a little bit higher, kind of depending on what people want. Personally, I don't really like Magis Halphinale because I value HP over PP, and so for me personally, I prefer Lux Halphinale. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the item recycle, because over here we can pick up our weekly 50 star gems. gems for 50 NEX cubes. It's the easiest star gems ever. Make sure that you do this. And then after you've obtained your 50 star gems, then it's the alpha reactors over here. You can see we can actually exchange 100 NEX cubes for 50 alpha reactors, which of course is some more money. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna sell the 50 alpha reactors, which will net us another 175,000 N Meseta. Very, very nice. Now again, if you are running low on NEX cubes, do not worry. You can head over to other enhancement materials over here, and you can exchange all of your class EX cubes for more of these NEX cubes, and you'll be good to go. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is of course the Genesis Point exchange shop over here. The minerals have been refreshed. As you can see right here, we're actually going to buy all these minerals right here. Bang, 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 bang. And there we go. You see, it's only going to cost us 8,000 Genesis points for 200 of all of these minerals. It's 1,000% worth it. Please make sure that you purchase all these minerals every single month. Remember, these do not reset weekly, they reset monthly. So what, 23 more days until the next reset. So just buy this every month. It literally costs nothing, and it saves you a lot of time, as if you do run out of those minerals, running around the open world is kind of a pain in the butt. And last but not least is, of course, the Alliance Badge Exchange Shop over here. We can pick up another 30 star gems, so we're going to do that, yoink and yoink. And of course, if you are running out of Genesis points because, you know, nobody runs the Seal Exploration anymore, you can purchase them over here. That's 2,000. Here's another 1,000. And they actually lowered the cost, by the way, for these Genesis points from the Alliance badges. So if you need more Genesis points, you can always just buy them. As you can see, we bought a bunch of them. We now have 39,000. And of course, you can visit other people's creative spaces to get a bunch of Genesis points, or even do the time attack. I know the time attack content is kind of dead content, like I don't think anyone does it anymore, but it is under other over here, time extension quest, and right here you can do the patrol mission or extermination. Extermination does give more points, and personally, I think a lot of people are going to be able to clear extermination very easily now, since you know, all the mobs are level 85. We're literally level 105, and of course we have insane weapons now and a lot of damage. So if you haven't done that before, it's definitely worth trying.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.